Hey y'all, Easy Slider here. Today we're doing something a little different. We're talking to some folks that has actually been through the entire process, the long distance relationship part, and the filling out all the forms and paperwork, and then finally marrying and moving. So they've experienced it all. And so we're going to get a little bit of information now from the woman's side. We earlier talked with the husband. Now we're going to talk with the lady and have her give you a little bit of her experience, okay? This is Gentleman, and I want to thank her for being with us and taking time to help us out. Gentleman, if you would, tell us a little bit about your family in the Philippines.
Well, we got close family ties. My father is a farmer, and my mom is a stay-home.
You have brothers and sisters, or?
I got 2 brothers and 2 sisters there, and 3 of them are married. Our youngest is a teacher.
Oh. And Kevin had mentioned to us that you were a teacher also at one point, and of course we already talked about in the other video, we talked about the agricultural side, but you also did some teaching. So kind of runs in your family a little bit?
Not really. I was the first teacher there, and after that, my youngest sister decided to be a teacher too.
What area in the Philippines did you live in? Did you live signed up in the top or down in the bottom or the middle, or?
Well, we live in Luzon. It's
Luzon.
the
Now, for those of y'all who don't know, basically, if I'm correct, the Philippines is divided into 2 areas: the Luzon area and then the Mindanao area.
no, there's actually 3.
So, and what are those 3?
The Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Those are the 3 biggest islands in the
That's the
Philippines.
3 biggest islands, and there are quite a few islands in the Philippines.
Oh, yes.
If you don't like one, you can just go to another one. There's plenty to choose from over there. All right. How did you meet your long-distance relationship partner? How did that happen?
Well, I think it was in August 2009. Yeah, and
Don't ask me. I wasn't there.
I know, right? But it was 2009, I'm pretty sure, and I just had my internet back then, and I'm so excited, and then I'm like...
So you had just got internet?
Yes, I just got internet, and then I signed up for that shaadi.com. It's a dating site.
Dating site.
Yeah.
The area you were from, was it a big city or a small city, or was it?
No, if you compare it, it is like a country living. It's like a province.
Province.
Yeah.
I've explained before that province and living in the country is about the same thing.
Yes.
Okay. Come over. I hate to do that. Come over this way, just a little bit. Slide your chair a little bit where we'll make sure we.
Okay, easy slider. Slide it there.
All right. There we go. What did your family think about you getting on a dating site and then, of all things, starting to talk to a foreign person?
I don't know. It just happened so fast. Like, we met on August, and then after that, right there and then, we talk already because I got my internet. So we just talk mostly every day.
Mostly every day?
Yes.
Do you think that's important to talk regular like that when you have a long distance relationship?
Oh, yes, of course. Because especially, it's just, you're like so far, like half around the world or something like that.
Right.
So, yeah, talking to him, it's at least you have the idea what he likes to do, what he's been doing, what his job is. So, because eventually you'll be entering in the relationship, so at least you'll have.
So you're really just taking some time to learn everything you can about him.
Yes, especially his culture is different from mine. So.
Yes, yes. Well, had anybody else in your family, had they ever had a long distance relationship in your family? Anybody ever date a foreigner, or?
Not during those times, but right now I got some cousins who have long distance relationship.
You kind of started it all. Okay. You say that you met him in like 2009?
Yes.
Okay.
I hope our answers are matching in that question.
When you first started talking, did you really think that you were going to meet a foreigner, or were you just getting on a dating site, just kind of thinking maybe, or?
Well, actually, in that dating site, it's an Indian site, so
Okay.
most of the people who got interested in me there are from Saudi Arabia, something like that. They're not really my type, and I'm like, if there's one American who will add me in this site, and there, he is the one. So, and then eventually he asked me, I'm like, what a coincidence, I guess, but I mean, it happens.
That's what you were really wanting.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I want to go to the US.
So you were talking to him pretty regular, and then it just happened to work out. Everything worked out good, is how you met him.
Yes.
Did you ever have? I noticed as I've talked to people in the past, you might say, well, let's have a video chat, and they'll say, oh, I can't. I don't have a load. And for people who maybe don't know what a load is that's over here a lot of times when we get internet time, we just pay for it monthly. Or you can go prepaid, but mostly monthly. And over there, very few do the monthly. They do it
Yes.
weekly almost. I guess a load might be for 1 week. Or,
Yeah.
And
It depends on how much it is. Like mine is a monthly thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when they would say, I don't have a load, that means that they hadn't gone online and purchased any time for their internet, that they could actually do videos and everything. Did you ever have any problem with that, or yours was on a monthly?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's in the monthly.
How long did it take before you realized you were falling in love?
Well,
Next week?
yes. But I think it started getting serious like after 3 months or 4 months, something like that.
So y'all have been talking 3 or 4 months?
Yes, when he decided like he wants to meet me and my family, and he's really decided to go there.
Did that surprise you that he wanted to come and meet you?
Yes, and then sometimes like he's sending me some chocolates or flowers in occasions like that. So I'm like, he might be serious.
How long did you actually know him before he did come to the Philippines?
I think we started talking on August, and then I think the first time he went there was March on the following year.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's March or June. But it's not even a year when he went to the Philippines to meet me the first time.
Now I understand you met him at the airport.
Yes. Oh, that was a funny.
Tell us about that.
Fun experience. He loved it. Well, of course, for the first
Somehow I
time.
don't think that was exactly how his story went, but
But anyway, me and my co-teachers, like I told them, hey, Kevin is going here. So they're excited, like, okay, are we going to the airport to get him? I'm like, yes. So we rent a van, we get there, and I got this sign, this small. You know how far the airport, the waiting, the airport, and then it's just like there. And then he can't see me, but I can see him. And then
okay, because you could see him.
And the thing is, there's another American who looks like him, and I thought that's him.
Oh, really?
Yes, and my brother's like, it's over there. I'm like, but I mean, I really don't know how that happened, but he saw the sign, and he's like, and I'm still shy to talk to him at that point.
Okay.
But Ate Rhea, my other co-teacher's like, come on, let's talk to him. So that's how it started.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
When your family first met him, how did they react?
I don't remember though.
Did they feel pretty comfortable with him being there? Or?
Yes, I think so. Because my mom, when we were talking on over the internet, my mom is always there. Like she is eavesdropping. She will listen on what we're talking about, and then sometimes her and Kevin will talk too, so they just know each other.
Okay, that's
But
good.
my dad, once in a while, he will know him, but not really talking because the language barrier is there. They talk a little bit of English, but not that much.
How did they feel about the possibility that you might marry this man and move away? What was their feelings about that?
Well, I think eventually that's our plan anyway. So right there and then, I already told them that I'm not moving, and since we're 5 there, I still have 4 siblings there.
Okay.
So they're okay with it. They love me that much. They just, okay, go on.
One less to feed.
Yes.
I love it.
guess.
Before you came to America, had you ever flown before?
Oh no, first time.
What was that experience like?
It's nerve-wracking, really.
Really?
Yes. And I even missed my flight, I think, from Detroit to Atlanta. I missed the plane.
You missed the plane?
Yes, I missed the plane because
Oh my goodness.
they said I need to get my luggage first to go to the next flight. And I keep on waiting and waiting on that area where they put the luggage, and mine is not there. So after like 30 minutes, I asked the security there. It's like,
welcome to flying.
Yes.
You flew, but your luggage didn't.
yes. And then they're like, oh, it's already in Atlanta. It's supposed to be there. I'm like, what? So I miss it. But they're very helpful though.
Was the trip longer than you thought it was going to be?
It is. It's tiring, very tiring.
Very tiring, isn't it? It takes a lot out of you. If you thought that you had to come to America and then go back, and you only had maybe a week, would you think that would be enough time to enjoy yourself?
No way.
No way. That's right.
Just
It's
the
such a
flight
long
itself,
trip,
yeah.
and you're
It'll
so
already
tired.
drain you out, yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I think
Jet lag.
Yes, I think the shortest might be like 3 weeks.
I always tell everybody, just try to stay as long as you can, because if you can stay a month, that's even better.
Mm-hmm.
Because the first week you're just going to be,
Yes,
you just don't adjust really fast. Okay.
the time and everything.
Now, in the Philippines, did your family have a car?
Yeah, we got it's a 4x4. It's like a Jeep here.
Okay.
Yes,
Had like a Jeep.
yes.
Did you know how to drive?
Yes, Kevin love it when I drive it. I drive it so fast, and then he's like, I even walk faster than how you drive it. But I know how to drive a motorcycle. That's my mode of transportation.
That was your mode of transportation?
Yes, from our house going to my school. That's how I go there.
Okay. Do most families over there have a car?
Not before, but now I think yes.
More,
yeah.
But mostly motor scooters and
Yeah,
trikes.
and we
things.
got a public transport. Like if you want to go to the town or something, just go ride a jeepney, and it's really cheap.
Yeah, I think Americans don't really understand the jeepney until you see one and ride one. That they're quite an experience.
It is.
So, when you arrived in America, what was your biggest surprise? What surprised you the most?
Well, I've thought America is like I guess I'm thinking about New York and stuff like that, the big cities and stuff.
Right.
So when I got here, I'm like, what are the big buildings? And it's really shocking, like there's no public transport, and if you don't know how to drive, you cannot go anywhere. And when I got here, we stayed in an apartment, and it's like a ghost town. You cannot even see the people living close to you, like your
And you
neighbor.
were used to having a lot of people
Yes,
around you.
like in the Philippines, you just go outside your house and everybody's just like waving, hey, how are you? But here it's just like, oh my gosh, where are the people? And it's shocking to me, like, because in the Philippines, I used to work, and when I got here, I have to wait for all the papers and work permit and everything like that. So I am stuck in the house, in the apartment. So that's a big
You know, I've heard other Filipinos talk about the fact that where are all the people? They said they would go in a big shopping mall, and over there,
Yes, oh my
over
God.
there, it don't matter what day of the week it is, there's thousands of people in the shopping mall. Well, over here, if you go on a Tuesday or Wednesday, there might not be very many people there.
No, and then we went, for the first time, we went there in the Gaucher Mall.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, is this already the mall? Like, it's just a big building like that without even elevator and something. And Kevin's like, yes, baby, this is the mall.
I know over there, it's not uncommon to have a mall that has 3 or 4 or 5 stories high.
Yes.
And over here, you get that a little bit, but not as much as over there. So I can remember one of the tricks they would use is the escalator would be working and you could go up to the top floor, but then when you got ready to come down, they'd have it turned off. And you had to walk back down. Oh, goodness. What did you feel after you'd been here a little while? What did you feel was the most different thing about living here compared to living over there?
Well, here, I mean, we're not rich, but we can buy whatever we want. And we can go to places if we want to. But, I mean, as long as you're working here, and it'll be all right.
Is it easier to get a job here than it is in the
Yes,
Philippines?
there's no age discrimination and stuff like that.
Okay.
Back home, once you reach this age, like 50, or once you start getting a senior age, now they are like in the fast food, they're hiring some senior citizen, but it's not very common like here.
No.
Like here, yeah, jobs here are everywhere.
So basically, if you want to work here, you can work.
Oh yes,
Okay.
if you want to work.
If the true. True. Has living in America been what you hoped it would be?
It is, in a way, like here we can do whatever we want. Like the neighbors are far. There's no marites. You know what marites is? Like, hey friend, what's the latest? Something like that. Like being nosy.
Gossip.
Yeah. There's some in here, but not as common in the Philippines. Everywhere there is just like, hey, what's the latest?
Yeah, it's kind of like in the Philippines, if you know it, everybody else around you knows it too,
Yeah.
even if you didn't tell them.
Yes,
They're gonna find out,
it just
yeah.
spreads so fast. But it's fun living here.
How do you think being married to an American would be different than being married to a Filipino man?
Well, I don't know, cause he's the first one that I married. But
Yeah.
I guess cause the patience he got with me, it's really different.
Is it?
Well, it's a really big deal to me, cause he always say like, if you just married a Filipino, you might get beaten up already. But I mean, he's different. His patience.
Do you
is
feel like
way
do you
beyond-
feel like that he's been respectful of your culture and respectful of your family and everything?
Oh yes, he is. He is. He loves them more than I love them, I guess. But
How has it changed your life living here versus living there?
well, I think it changed in a better way.
In a
Because
better way?
I used to be easy-go-lucky. I guess when you're married, it changed everything though.
Are you able to send a little bit of money home to help your parents and to help your family?
Yes.
Okay, so
Especially like
and
my dad.
what about poverty over there? Is it pretty common?
Well, you can see it more, I think, in the city.
In the cities?
Yes, but if you're living in the country or in the province, as long as you're willing to work and you can plant for your food, I think it's not that bad. But then again, there's a lot of people who are really below.
I actually met Gentleman her second day in America.
Yes.
And at the time, I hold parties at my house about every 3 or 4 months and for the Filipino community, and we would invite any new Filipinos we met to come to the house and to meet other people that were here and to try to find somebody that spoke their same dialect. My thoughts were, if I were in a foreign country, it would be nice if somebody made me feel comfortable,
Yes.
where I felt like I was okay living there,
Feels like home.
just like home. And that's what I wanted to do. And I was in Walmart and I looked up and I saw a gentleman and I approached her and she was there with her mother-in-law.
Yeah.
And I asked her how long she'd been in America. She said 2 days.
The funny thing is, he is speak like, kumusta ka? And I'm like, who is he talking Tagalog? And then his wife is just way back there. He's not even beside
She was hiding. But I had a thing. So one time I was asked, are there a lot of Filipinos in your city? And I said, I don't know. Because I couldn't tell which was Filipino and which was Mexican.
Yes.
And that's just, if you're not used to it, you have to kind of get used to it. So I didn't realize that all around me were Filipinos, and I didn't know that. And it took me a while to be able to tell who was who and everything. And so sometimes I would walk up and say something to somebody, and it would turn out they weren't Filipino.
No.
They might be from Malaysia or something else. And so the only way I would do that, I learned a little trick, is I would walk up close to them and not necessarily act like I was talking to them, but
Looking
like,
at their nose.
Kumusta?
Are you even looking at their nose?
No, I didn't. Is it really true that the Asian girls would like the American noses?
Oh, yes. And the skin. We're trying to get some skin whitening and stuff like that.
That's another thing that really bothered me, is because when you see the Filipino women, the Filipinos, they're beautiful. And I like the brown skin. It's pretty. But they're always thinking about, that's not good because that means I like work out in the sun.
Yeah.
And they want to lighten their skin. So everywhere you go, you find skin lightener. And I'm going, what's with that? Y'all need to quit doing that stuff and just be yourself and let people like you for who you are. But the noses, or you'll find people looking at your nose,
Yeah.
and you wonder, what in the world are they doing? They're looking at my nose, Okay. Final thing is, what advice would you give to a Filipino that was either considering a long distance relationship, an LDR, or was wanting to get in one? Or what would you tell them? Is this a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Or what would you tell them?
Well, patience is the key, because everything takes time. It don't, like, you met him now and you decide, hey, I want to get married to you. No, it's not like that. You have to know him, because once you get married, that's it. You will live in one roof and you will live on your decision.
So do you feel like that you could tell them that, if you find the right man, that this would be a good thing for you?
Yes.
And it would help you and it would help your family?
Yeah. I mean, it's not really like, if you want to get married a foreigner, you're thinking like, I will get rich. No, it's not like that. You have to work on it.
Do you think a lot of the Filipino women think that all Americans are rich?
Yes.
They do.
And I keep on telling them, no, they're not. You have to work. You have to work. You have to work.
Compared to them, we are rich.
Yeah.
But what they don't realize is how much it costs to live here compared to how much it costs to live there. It's a lot more expensive to live here. So even though we might have a lot more money than them, it takes every bit of what we got.
Yes, everything here is bill. You have to pay this bill.
Expensive.
Yeah. Plus, if you work here, like an hour here now is $10. Hourly pay, $10 to $11. If you convert it there in the Philippines, it's about $500 already. That's already a 1 day minimum wage there.
Yeah.
It will be a lot there if you convert the money there.
Right.
But if you spend it here, it's
And
not
also,
that much.
they don't realize that whatever you make here now strictly here, if you work over 40 hours a week, you get paid overtime, and that's not necessarily true over in the Philippines.
No.
You might work an 8-hour day or a 10-hour day or a 12-hour day, and get paid the same thing. But also here, when you get your paycheck, there's a lot taken out of it for taxes.
Yes. Taxes, insurance, and stuff like that.
Yes. Well, gentlemen, it's been fun talking to you, and I think y'all can all see that Gentleman is a lot of fun. Anytime I'm around her, she always keeps me laughing, and she's fun to be with. And I want to thank her for spending time with us today, and I hope you enjoyed this interview as much as I did. And so just stick with us. We're going to be moving into our next video, and I forgot what it was about. I've gotten a little stretched out here, so just follow along. It's going to be something, I do remember it's going to be something helpful. So come on and stick with us, and let's just slide on into the next one.
Bye.